Hey, what's up guys? And in today's video, we are going to be going over this Kotobukiya Marvel Now Hulk figure. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay guys, so we've got the Hulk out here and he's got stood on his nice black base. He's pretty sturdy on that black base. I actually think it's more my table that's unsteady here. Right, you can have him off these black bases because these black bases, they're just two simple black squares. Now he can stand on them like so, using the magnets on his feet, or you can have him totally freestanding, which I'm going to have for the rest of this review, just like that. Now, because he has such large feet, he does stand completely flat on his own. You don't need to worry about him falling over because he's pretty sturdy. Again, like I said, it's my table that's wobbly there. I actually really like the sculpt on this guy. I actually think it's been sculpted very, very well. The musculature across his chest and, the veins on him. And, particularly his back with the muscles on his back and how the paintwork has highlighted that. And his triceps. I think it's just a really, really great looking sculpt for the Hulk. Even checking out like the definition in his calf muscles down here, all the way down to his ankles. And then in particular, I want to talk about the shorts that he's wearing. If you can see here, you've got the almost like the stitch work on the trousers all the way around, and that literally continues all the way around the trousers, and I think it's just really good. And where the tear mark is, it looks natural, like they've split from him transforming into the Hulk, and how they're quite clearly incredibly tight because they're too small for this Hulk. Maybe it's why he's so angry, eh? Maybe I've had this thought. Maybe he's angry, and he gets more angry because his trousers are so tight. He's hurting his Hulk junk. What do you think? My trousers too tight. No? Okay. Anyways, let's think realistically here. Okay, so the paintwork I think is really, really good. I love the way that they've used different shades of green and like this yellowy green to highlight his muscles. It's really great how you can see like how it's coming down on his shoulder muscles and his traps and all the way down his lats and everything down the back of him. I just think it's been such really well done. This guy stands at around 10 inches tall. So that would make him, as he's a Kotobukiya 1/10 scale piece, would make this guy in the Marvel Now comic book series 10 foot tall. That's a big Hulk. It's a 10-foot tall Hulk. Yeah, he's gonna mess up the place when he gets going. So, Hulk himself comes in 3 parts. We have the head. That comes off like so. Part 1. And the body splits in 2. Or like so. Hopefully that stands there. It's not going to, is it? Right, it's pretty straightforward. You see in there is a very clear keyway for where he sits. Big square peg. Same on the bottom. So it shows up. You see that big peg. You line them up like that, like so. Push it down and you can't even see the seam line from where that upper torso meets the lower torso. It's been done really, really well. And then the portrait. I'm going to slide him back there. Try and get a close-up of this portrait. Look at that. Bear in mind that this is a small portrait. That is a really nice looking head. The teeth are really well done. The wrinkles around his eyes from him scowling. Even just things like his ears and his hair. They've just been so well done. I'm blown away by this piece. I absolutely love this piece. And again, he just snaps on very simply. Just like that. You do get a seam down his neck, down here, where you can see where the head goes on. I don't really think you're going to be able to avoid that because they do these heads separately to the body, because obviously they take so much more fine detail to paint them. You're not really going to be able to avoid that. The only issue I do have here is the arms. Now the arms, you can quite clearly see, are obviously a separate piece done at a different time, separate from the upper torso, and are placed into the body after they've been painted. You have this horrible, gaping, quite obvious seam lines around the figure. Now, I don't like that. I think that, you know, they were going to go through all the trouble of painting these figures and doing such a great job on them. They could have very, very easily just, you know, applied a little bit more paint over there just to cover them up. And the same goes here with the knee joint. Now you can clearly see that here. This knee joint where the lower portion of the leg and the upper portion of the leg were obviously painted separately and fitted together at a later date. And you can clearly see where they join together. I really kind of wish they'd have just done it a little bit higher up, just so it was covered up over here, so you didn't see that. This side isn't as noticeable on this leg, but that seam is still there. I just wish that they had have made these legs, you know, so that they fitted into the trousers a little bit higher up, you know, maybe fit them like here. Okay, it's difficult here because you've got the knee joint and it just, you know, wasn't going to work with this round the back here. But particularly with this piece, they could have just slotted this in higher up and I think it would have worked just as well. The only, like I said, the real only gripe I have with it is how obvious this seam is. But other than that, I love this piece. You know, bear in mind this is only 1/10 scale. He's not as big as some other figures. He put him on his standard black square bases there, like so, and voila. I really like him. I think he's a brilliant looking figure. I will leave links. Steady. I will leave links in the description below for where you guys can go ahead and pick him up for yourself. I know this is a couple of years old now. I know probably this isn't going to get very many views, but I just felt the need to do it. I got this as a Christmas present, and I love it. I still, every time I look at it, find new bits and pieces that I love, like the details on his fingernails and stuff like that, and the texture on his toes and his feet. It's just a brilliant looking figure. So thank you guys for checking out the video. I hope that you enjoyed this. There's plenty more figure reviews and stuff coming in the future. Let me know if there's anything up on these shelves that you want to see reviewed. Mainly this guy. This is my Sideshow 1/6 scale Deadpool. I want to do him next. So let me know if you guys want to see that. And thank you guys so much for checking by. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more figure and statue reviews.